I'm Lil Ed.
I'm Dr. John.
And this is another installment of
Enough Already.
Tonight we're going to get into a little bit of lies and stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe a little Kamala Harris and maybe some of the interesting things that happened before even show even started, huh?
Right. We could do that.
Let's go.
All right. Hit it. There it is.
Keeps it straight and making sure it's tight. Together they're a force. A podcast we want so fly. Bringing truth and wisdom, reaching for the sky. And Dr. John, enough already. Let it out on the airwaves.
Hi everybody, we're back.
What's going on? Exciting weekend.
Long, hot.
Yeah, hot's not the word for it.
We're going to get into some gaslighting today. And,
Gaslighting?
Yeah. You know, it's when you trick other people into not believing what they see, hear, or smell, taste, that kind of thing.
I thought gaslighting was just pissing people off with lies.
It kind of is. It's basically just designed to question what you think and feel and stuff like that. I mean, I got the actual definition here if you want me to say
What's
it.
the definition?
Excuse me. It's to manipulate another person into doubting his or her perception, experience, or understanding.
That's pissing people off with lies.
Well, I can give you some examples real quick. Joe Biden is sharp as a tack.
Oh.
That was on every media news source known to God, and now it's finally come out that he's got the brains of a ice cream cone. Or we got Trump wasn't shot.
Trump wasn't shot?
Well, according to the FBI director, Christopher Wray, he wasn't, but we know from the physician that treated him and the former White House physician that he most definitely was shot. Took off the whole top of his right ear. Here's my favorite one. This is the latest one.
The latest?
Yep.
Okay.
J.D. Vance is weird.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's weird.
Weird. They're all going, oh, he's weird. Oh, this is weird.
Look, they used to like weird. They used to say, keep San Francisco
You know
weird.
what's weird? That picture of Kamala Harris with that great big giant drag queen about 4.5 tall of her, and they're all smiling like they're buddy. Now that's some weird shit.
That brings me to my next example is Camilla is awesome. She's the second coming of JFK. You know why, right?
Because she's unburdened by what has been.
She can't be unburdened by what has been.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
wait a minute.
You know, that's just the way it is.
I'm going to be unburdened by what happens tomorrow.
Well, what's happening tomorrow?
I don't know, but I'm going to be unburdened by it.
To me, it feels like the media and us, people like you and I, conservatives, are kind of in a bad relationship. You know, they're always trying to tell us that we don't see what we see or hear what we hear, and you know, it's time that we got the media's cell phone just to see who the hell they're talking to.
Well, I'm going to tell the people something. You know how to make a lie the truth is you keep telling it. And you tell it 1,000 times, and pretty soon, that's how the Democrats do it. It becomes truth because they tell it and tell it and tell it and tell it and tell it. And then next you know, oh, that's true because I've heard it so many times.
And in this day and age, they've got complete dominance over information. So anything that will, you know, go against what they're telling you, they just simply erase it from the internet. They unburden what has been.
Oh, man, I love that, don't you? Unburden what has been. They've unburdened everything.
Oh, my.
I didn't know I was so burdened.
I swear to God, if I got to listen to 4 years of that cackling bitch, I'm leaving the United States. Oh, my Lord. Can you imagine being Putin or Kim Jong-un and having to deal with that Joker-looking brain-dead thing?
I don't know what we're going to do.
Man, that's the biggest DEI hire known to God. And it is simply a DEI hire. When Biden said he was going to choose his vice president, he straight up said he's going to choose a black woman. I mean, you can't get any more DEI than that.
Well, I mean, that's the best they got.
No.
All them people they have, that's the best they got.
It's not the best they got, John. But that's the only one that's the only puppet they can get along to go with this stupid socialist agenda.
Ah.
You know, that's the only one that Obama's hand can fit up inside, basically.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Like a hand puppet, but you make your own decisions on that, folks.
Oh man, that's bad, Ed.
I know.
I don't know.
I can't help it. Sometimes I just let myself, the real me pops out sometimes. And, I just got to say it. At least it wasn't that graphic. I mean,
I get so sick
you can
of her.
visualize whatever you want, but
I am so sick of her them telling us she's a woman of color. I mean, I got eyes, I can see, but what? I mean,
well, she is kind of tan.
well, yeah, but I don't look at anybody as in race.
Listen, I seen
When
her
I'm
on
dealing with people, and they're trying so hard to say, well, she's a woman of color, and all you black folk and all you anybody's not white, you got to vote for her.
Right.
So that's kind of racist in my opinion.
Oh, I agree. Well, the Democrats are the most racist people that's ever. Well, we've had this episode with Andre. We've showed exactly what the party of racism, the party of Jim Crow, the party of KKK. You know, that's the Democratic Party, and it always has been, and it still is to this day.
Well,
There's never been any Republicans standing in any schoolhouse doors keeping black children from coming
and yet
to school.
I'll question it, and all of a sudden I'm a racist and a bigot because I go, hey, what's going on here? I don't get it. You racist bigot.
I get
no,
that all the
I'm
time. I get that all the time. But it seems like every black friend I have will fight and tell you that I'm nowhere near a racist.
Well, mine too.
Because I don't know, you know, it's not, I guess we have different definitions of racism. It used to be somebody that could not stand somebody of another color, but now apparently it's if you just disagree with a Democrat.
Oh, that makes you racist.
Yeah,
That's
apparently.
about the truth of it.
I didn't
It
realize the
makes you
Democrats were a race. In which case, I want to be racist here. We should probably exterminate them.
racist. No, we can't do that.
Well, most of them.
Put them in jail.
Anyway, let's get back to the gaslighting. Any show on TV nowadays, news show like a Morning Joke or The View or any of that's basically all they do is gaslight. And, you know, they want to talk, like J.D. Vance is weird. You got people here that support men beating up women and boxing
We're going to get on
matches and
that.
stuff.
Don't get into that yet. We're going to get on
I've
that.
been in on all day with a bunch of retards that totally don't get the fact that it's not even a trans guy. He's somebody that he's an anomaly that was born with an XXY chromosome. So he's got a male chromosome in his body. So he's not a woman. You know what I'm saying? And he's a hermaphrodite.
Okay.
And that which means he's kind of like.
And he's pretty damn tough.
He's pretty damn tough. He's built like a guy, and he completely knocked the shit out of that poor woman in 46 seconds.
Well, the Olympics is just a complete
Well, the same guy, John.
circus now. Anyhow, it's ridiculous.
He's not been allowed to fight in any other international fights. The Olympics is the first time he's been allowed in any.
And what do you suppose that is?
Well, you know, it's woke. It's in France for one thing. Did you see the opening ceremonies? For Christ's sake?
I have no idea what that even
There was a blue
supposed
gay
to be.
Smurf singing something.
Some kind of, that was like the most bizarre thing I ever saw in my life. You want to talk about bizarre? It was very bizarre.
Right.
It was
yeah.
actually weird,
They're totally weird.
but bizarre.
The whole time that guy's singing, nobody noticed the guy behind him with his nads hanging out of his fucking shorts.
Well, yeah, and that's very bizarre too.
I had to have that pointed out to me when I finally said, like, how did I miss that when I watched it the first time? When it's hard enough to
They should
watch
call
it.
it the Barzimpics.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seems like the alphabet
Well, they
community is
just
trying
had
to take
another
over
woman got
everything.
the hell beat out of her by some guy from
Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Yep. And he's also been barred from all international competition up until.
And I read the poor girl, a guy talking about her says this poor girl's trained all her life for this, and this is what she's wanting to do.
Yep.
And to come in there and then get beat up by this guy
You know, I'm more
and
pissed
to
off.
end it like that. It's
Listen,
horrible for that girl.
I'm more pissed off at the men in this situation.
They're not
because-
standing up for nothing. They're
Exactly right.
Wimps.
They need to be sticking. You know, they need to at least speak out. I mean, I'm not afraid to. I get attacked.
And that
every
goes with
direction.
most of the American people are afraid to voice their opinion.
I am
That's like
not.
us. We're out here. We're voicing our opinion. We want to get more people talking. If you don't like what you have right now, you got to get out there. You got to get your voice heard.
You got to vote.
You got to vote, but you got to
You
voice
got to
your
vote and
opinion.
bring 10 of your friends
We
to
just
vote.
got done with my Mr. I don't give a whatever, and I ran him out of here.
Yeah, but he likes Kamala Harris because
She ain't
she
Trump.
ain't Trump.
Like, that's the reason. I said, why do you like her so
Who
much?
cares if she
First
ushers in
words out-
20 million
yeah.
more immigrants? It don't affect
Our
me,
old
man.
IT guy that I banished from the barn.
Which Evan, I'll be calling you, bro.
Say, hey, why you like Harris so much? Well, I like it better than Biden and Trump. I go, well, why you like her? Well, she ain't Trump. And I go, that's not a reason. But
And he
that's
couldn't have one.
yeah, and I don't give a I can't say that
And
word.
then he finally come up, well, she's a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, what about J.D. Vance? He's a lawyer, too. Graduated from Harvard Law School, was Ohio State Buckeye graduate, Marine Corps, Iraq veteran. He's weird.
Yeah, he's weird. He's like a slime ball. He's weird. I go,
He's
why?
weird.
Well, he said some things. And I go, what things? Well, he said some things. I said, well, you can't say some things. You can't
Right.
say he
What
said
did
some
he say?
things.
Tell
What
me.
did he say that offended you didn't like so much? Well, he said some things. And that's dealing with the
Insane.
left because they're going to give you all kinds
Yeah.
of shit.
Right.
And then when you put them on the spot to say, well, what exactly? Well, there's some things.
Or they can't stay on the subject either. You know, you'll get them in a corner where they have to come up with some facts or something, and they'll completely deflect to something that's not even related. You know what I mean? It's like, I'll give you an example. I was on the internet talking about this very same subject, well, arguing, I guess you could say, with a purple-haired thing.
It.
Yeah.
That's probably was
and
the
I was trying to
pronoun, it.
explain to her that this isn't a trans issue. The guy's not a trans person. He's a hermaphrodite. He's got an anomaly, you know, and it's a sad thing that he's
Which is
born that
probably
way.
a hard thing for him to deal with.
Right. But the fact that he's got this anomaly, he also produces testosterone at a high level, way higher than any woman, which gives him an advantage. It gives him an advantage in strength and endurance and all that. I mean, he's got the capabilities just like a man would. And he beat the shit out of her just like a man would.
And I hate to tell you people, but men are stronger than women. I don't care. You can find the strongest woman in the world. I can find another man stronger.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And there's some very strong women and very fit women and very physical women. I'm not saying that they're not.
And listen, I get it that there's some manly girls out there. I mean, there's a girl in
Yeah.
that won the rugby in the Olympics. And
Man, she's badass.
she's but she's got XX chromosomes, John. She doesn't have
I know,
a Y.
but that woman is
She's
tough.
a complete woman. Well, and she talks about that because of the way she looks. And,
She had a bunch of big brothers, I bet, or something.
no, she had to be tough, and she was a rugby player, bro. She don't need big brothers.
She was bad, man.
But
I'm
she,
telling ya.
you know, she's got a lot of manly features and stuff like that. But she is XX chromosome female. There's no Y chromosomes to her. Her testosterone level, they're the same as any woman. But the two fighters that we're talking about in the boxing division are not. They have higher testosterone.
Well,
And
this
here's-
is bullshit to keep letting these guys.
I asked a
You
question.
gotta be a sincere pussy.
I asked a question today that got me attacked by a bunch of leftists, and it was, where's all the female to male athletes? You know what I mean? And then I just jokingly I go, oh, I know, they're into synchronized swimming. Because that's about the only place that they can really compete fairly. You know what I mean? But even in it, you know, they couldn't hold their breath as long as men do.
Well, they might be better than synchronized swimming than men. That's something different.
Maybe so. But it's just...
I'm back to what I'm saying. You gotta be a complete pussy to get in the ring with another woman if you're a dude, and you win and think that you've done something.
Oh, I totally agree.
There's something wrong because
Totally
there's
agree.
no reward in that at all.
All right.
A little technical difficulty there, but we're back.
Well, yeah, little technical difficulty. We're still kind of new at this. What is this, our 10th or 11th?
We ran
episode?
our other guy out of here.
Yeah, good riddance. Anyway,
I couldn't deal with it no more.
let's do our 3-minute rant, John, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do this weekend.
3-minute rant.
Or we'll talk about Camilla a little bit more, then we'll talk about what we're doing this weekend.
What's our rant?
We're ranting on insurance, how you need insurance for every fucking thing, including concert tickets.
Go.
All right. So I bought a ticket to Alanis Morissette, and I had to buy $7 worth of insurance for my concert ticket
Well, why do you need insurance for a concert ticket?
in case some leftist tried to steal it.
Really?
Yeah.
So in other words, they should
Democrats are good at that shit.
$7 more
On top of my
For insurance.
$45 administration fee and everything. By the time it's all said and done, Alanis probably got 75 cents of the money.
why I don't go to concerts.
It was a great concert. It was worth it. But you got to have insurance for everything. This right here. I got insurance on this.
I got insurance on
this.
my phone too.
I got insurance on my car.
Every time I
on
buy
my
something, they try
motorcycle.
to sell me insurance for it.
Well, of course.
Hey, you
Of
want to buy the
course.
insurance plan? I'm like, no. Want to buy the insurance plan? No, thanks for asking.
I'm sure there's apps though that you could buy insurance with.
Probably an insurance for your app.
There probably is app insurance, just in case it accidentally gets deleted.
Insurance is stupid. Do you ever drive through Westfield Center?
Oh my
Don't
lord.
tell me insurance companies ain't making a boatload of money. Just drive through Westfield Center one
You
time.
know, I love health insurance, John, where you have to spend thousands of dollars every year to keep it,
$8,000
And then when you need it, you have to spend thousands of dollars a year
before
you can
they'll
use
pay.
it. Right.
Yeah, well, you got to pay $8,000 before we'll pay for anything.
Then it boils down.
I just give you $8,000. Well, that doesn't matter.
I did the math. It's like $3,800 in premiums I pay a year, and then I have to spend another $8,500 before insurance pays for anything.
And then, like, if on your car, you get an accident, they say, okay, we'll fix your car, and then the bill comes, okay, raise your insurance up. Your insurance goes up a third, and you
Just
go,
run a stop sign and raises your insurance. All right, that's a good one.
the insurance sucks.
It's a rip-off.
Scam.
Absolutely.
So, now what are we on to?
Well, let's continue to talk about Camilla, and then we'll tell everybody what we're doing this weekend.
Okay, sounds like a fair deal.
We're not Camilla fans, in case you noticed.
No, we're not going to vote for
Is it Kamala?
Kamala Harris.
You
That
gotta
we
say the
pronounced
word.
it right.
I seen her on The View, I think.
Sounds like
where
a
she said,
mascara commercial.
Kamala is how you say it.
Sounds like something you wear in your eyes, Kamala. See that is something she used to wear in her eyes.
Yeah, the Willie Brown shade. Anyway, what bugs me about the whole Willie Brown situation, now I understand that him and his wife have been separated, blah, 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 but the man was 61 years old, and Kamala
just sucking up,
was
trying
a
to get
29-year-old hottie, bro. She was a good-looking woman, and here she is with this fat, overweight mayor of San Francisco.
Sucking up, trying to
something.
Make her career better.
Right.
She will stoop to all those.
It got her right into politics, and before you know it, look where she's at now. She's on the doorstep of destroying the country further. And there's people out there that she ain't Trump, so I'm going to vote for her.
Yeah, that's the dumbest answer in the world. If you're going to vote for her, don't answer us or anybody ask you that. Well, she ain't Trump. That's
and you
a
sure as
stupid
hell
answer.
don't want to say that to two Trump supporters.
No,
because we do our
we
support.
will eat you up alive.
We do our homework. we can definitely debate this all day long, and you better have something to debate on instead of I don't give a fuck.
Or she ain't Trump. Well, no, she ain't.
Yeah.
She wears a dress and she's unburdened by everything.
Yeah, by what has been.
That never happened.
Hopefully they're going to unburden her ass right out of the White House, and then we can get back to what has been, which was 4 years of prosperity under Donald J.
And I just
Trump.
seen the thing I was talking about last week about the Hamilton Brown thing and the Christy Brown thing and the Jamaican thing with her dad.
Oh, right.
And they're saying that she's a descendant of slave traders.
Yep,
Because
sure
she's
is.
got that bloodline in her.
Absolutely.
And now they're saying, oh yeah, it's true.
I seen her on a cooking show where they were cooking Indian food, and she basically looked at the host and said, "You look like," because the host said, "You look like half of my family."
Well, that's because I'm Indian.
And the other half is Jamaican.
Well, and that's fine and dandy, but
I don't have a problem with Indians or Jamaicans, but she is what she is to pander to votes. Now she's black.
I'm thinking about this. So, like Obama,
If she was
I wonder
running-
how he would feel if we all started saying, "Hey, Obama's white," because he's half white.
He is
and we
half
just started saying it. We just kept saying it. It sounds strange.
That might ruin his
But
reputation.
we could say, "Hey, Obama's white. He really is white," you know. And they go, "Well, no, he's black, and no, he's half white." And we're going to start calling him white all the time. Say, "Obama's white."
Yeah,
I bet he'd start getting pissed off.
Yeah, they want to say he was the first black president, but the fact is he's white.
See, now everybody wants to get on this race thing.
Right. Well,
Give me a good,
not
honest
everybody.
person.
The Democrats are the ones that bring the race into it. That's not even a Republican thing to even bring race into it. It never has been. Donald Trump can't say anything about Kamala without somebody calling him a racist. Even if he says it,
Well, that's why they put, what's her name? Pierre, what's her name?
Jean Claude Pierre.
That's why they put her in. Kareem.
Kareem Jean. Oh my God, it doesn't matter.
Kareem.
She's just as fake as Jean
They put
Claude.
her in there as press secretary because she's a black lesbian. They knew nobody could say anything about her. They accused her of being racist
Right.
or homophobe or some kind of thing. So everybody had to keep their mouth shut
And all she
and let her
says,
stand up there and lie all the time.
and all she says is, "I'm going to have to refer you to an agency that doesn't do press conferences."
You know what she reminds me of? She'd be perfect. She look like she'd be a little plastic container. Black Raggedy Ann.
I think she's more like
She's
Cowboy Bob
like
off The
perfect.
Simpsons.
I mean, really.
She looked just like Cowboy Bob
know,
off The Simpsons.
Woman of
And-
color
and he's
Raggedy
white.
Ann.
Well, I don't know what color crayon they color that guy with, but he looks white.
Who?
Cowboy Bob on The Simpsons.
I don't know. I don't watch The Simpsons, so I'm in left field on that one.
All right, let's talk about what we're doing this weekend. We're actually going to do a road trip and do some live videos this weekend. We're going to go to a farm fest where we're going to have a lot of...
In Marysville, you can come. You're welcome to come join us.
Yep. We'd be glad to see you there. We'll be walking around with... You'll see us wearing shirts with our logo on it, and and we're gonna hand out some cards and talk to some people. Hopefully, get some interviews with a few people, and
See if we can talk to some of these politicians wannabes.
we're gonna talk to some of the people in the crowd and see how they feel about some of the things we discuss, and maybe even get a few more people watching our podcast and along the same line, because everybody there is like-minded.
I'm going to use it as a learning thing because when I run for Senate, this is good information. See?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You'd be a great senator, John. They'd hate seeing you walking into the state
Oh
house.
God, here he comes again. What's he going to do today?
Oh, I'm sure that they've dealt with. Well, my friend Candace Keller, I'm sure she ruffled a lot of feathers when she walked in. They used to call her names and all kinds of stuff, but she is one tough bird.
They're calling you names, and you know you're doing a good job.
Oh yeah, well she brought us the stand your ground and the heartbeat law rule and all that kind of stuff. So she definitely she's one of the people like we are. She's strong in her convictions, and you just can't deter her from it. She'll stand strong, which is why I think that I like her so much. And she ran for governor or lieutenant governor last
Well, it
election.
should be a good time. It's Sunday afternoon in Marysville,
Going to be warm and sunny.
and who's going to be there? Bernie Marino
You got Bernie Marino, and you
got it
got
up there.
candidates for Supreme Court. I could pull them up here real quick.
Yeah.
And there's quite a few of them that's going to be there. And
No Trump.
no
or
Trump,
Vance.
no. But
Just Ohio local. This is just going to be Ohio local guys.
maybe the next one we go to might be Trump.
I ain't going to Kentucky.
Oh,
You sent me that thing. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to Kentucky. Maybe.
why not? It's just over the border. It's not like it's that far down. But you got Bernie Marino and John Husted, Robert Sprague, who's the Ohio State Treasurer. John Husted's Lieutenant Governor for Ohio.
Yeah.
And then we got Joe Dieters, who's a candidate for Supreme Court, and Megan Shanahan and Dan Hawkins are also candidates. We got State Senator Bill Rinke, State Senator Michelle Reynolds, and State Senator George Lang, and Tracy Richardson, also a state senator. And then it looks like we have Gabe Gardini from the Turning Point Action Group, and oh wow, the head cook, I guess. That's kind of a tough name, but she's a political commentator. And then we got Urza Escudero, who's
So we're gonna go hobnob with these politicians this weekend.
Yep.
See what we can find out.
Maybe. And then we'll hang out with some bikers for Trump, boots on the ground guys.
If you got any questions you want to ask us,
Yeah.
Ed and Dr. John at gmail.com. If you got something you want us to ask, try to ask these politicians, we'll ask them.
Yep. We don't care. We will ask them anything.
Yeah.
We
And they
lit-
got to answer.
we literally
They got to
don't
say, and they got to come up with something better than, well, ain't Trump.
And you know they're not going to say, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. So, we're gonna wrap her up, little Ed.
Yeah, we might as well. And,
Kick it on any time.
I'm looking forward to this trip this weekend, John. This is going to be
It'll
fun.
be fun.
We're going to have to figure out when we're off air who's driving what and where and that kind of stuff. Paul is paying for the gas. Hit it.
All right.
Oh, there it is.
Jesus. Like pulling teeth sometimes.
Sometimes it's a little difficult.
This little Ed.
That's Dr. John.
This is enough already. Thanks for watching.
See you next week.
John keeps it straight and make sure it's tight. Together they're a force. A podcast that won't so fly. Bring the truth and
We're gonna have fun this week.